Hello everyone. So today we are going to start our class for that is the physical fitness, and that is the part 2. So in the previous class I had already told you so many things about the physical fitness. So in this class we are going to discuss about the components of physical fitness. So basically there are few components of the physical fitness which we basically need in our daily life. Okay, so there has been individual successful athletes and they develop their own motor developed activities by using what? By using following components. Let me discuss. That is, first one is cardiovascular or respiratory endurance, second one is stamina or muscular endurance, third one is strength, and the fourth one is flexibility. These are the four things which is basically the components for the health related fitness which is used by the athletes to become a successful. And I have also told you that we are going to develop some motor developed activities. So in the motor related skills we gain power, speed, coordination, agility, balance, accuracy. Okay, these are the basic things we are going to master. The thing that is, the power means what? The power you can lift the weight. The speed means how much speed you can do any kind of work, how active you are, what are your muscle and brain coordination, what is your agility, balance and accuracy. These all the terms related to the motor skills. There are the next thing is health related components. So the things which I have already discussed before, the cardiovascular, respiratory endurance, stamina, strength, all those are health related component. In the cardiovascular or respiratory endurance we must increase our ability of the circulatory system to supply oxygen to the muscles during the exercise so that our heart and blood vessels can work very properly. In the next thing, that is the stamina, in this process we are going to increase our ability of our muscles group to continue muscle movement over a length of time even under fatigue. Means we are going to give movement to our muscles so that it will gain a lot of power and endurance. That is also called as stamina, means it can work for a few hours regularly without any kind of breaking or any kind of interval. In the next thing, that is the strength is also the ability to resist or overcome any kind of resistance. Means your strength means what? The ability to do any kind of work, like you are trying to lifting a weight, so that is your strength. You are trying to pushing anything, that is the strength. It is the amount of force that can be produced by single contraction of muscle, that is called the strength. Okay, their next topic is flexibility. Flexibility means what? The range of movement we can do by increasing the possibility of our various joints. Okay, means the way we can increase our flexibility, like we can just touch our toe, okay, by bending ourselves. There has been some yoga we will do to increase the flexibility. So flexibility is basically means to increase the range of movement. Thereafter, the motor skill related component I had already told you before: power, speed, coordination, agility, balance and accuracy. Power means how many work you can do with one go. Thereafter, speed means how quickly you can move from one point to another point, or how active you are according to the situation. Coordination means your muscles and brain coordination, means your hand and foot movement with the input of the senses. Okay, these are the coordinations. Thereafter, the agility of the body to change directions quickly. Means agility means you can just stop yourself at any point, you can change the direction of your body at any time. That is called the agility. The agility is what the goalkeepers basically used, the agility to defend the ball. Thereafter, the balance means the ability to maintain an upright posture while still or moving. Means if you are sitting on a still, or you are just traveling or walking or running, you should maintain your balance. Thereafter, the accuracy is what? Accuracy is the ability to control the movement of your body in a given direction or a given intensity. Thereafter, cardiovascular or respiratory endurance. So cardiovascular respiratory endurance is basically, it will help to increase the ability of heart and lungs to do work together, so that it will just give a lot of oxygen, which is act as a fuel to our body, so that we can do a high level intensity workouts. It will also gather, process and transport oxygen very quickly, so that we can just do some exercises like running, jogging, swimming, cycling, all these kind of things with the help of our lungs, heart and blood vessels. Okay. Thereafter, the cardiorespiratory endurance is most evident at rest during sustained activity involving the whole day, such as running, swimming, and cycling, and it is the most essential physical fitness component evident in everyday activities. Means what? If we are in the rest, our cardiorespiratory endurance is very good. It will more evident that if you are working out and thereafter you are going to take a rest, your cardiorespiratory endurance will increase. Thereafter, if we are doing any kind of everyday activities, it will also give us to increase our cardiorespiratory endurance. Thereafter, stamina means, I had told you that the ability of muscles to perform any kind of work continuously, that is called stamina. And it is basically, we can just get the muscular endurance by training ourselves. Okay. And it will take a lot of time to get the muscle endurance. Thereafter, if we are doing the multiple repetitions of an exercises, cycling and running, that should be increase our stamina or the muscular endurance also. Thereafter, the strength. So muscular strength is what? It is the amount of force our muscles can produce. Means a muscle can only produce amount of force, and that is called strength. And due to this strength, we can overcome any kind of things. We can lift or carry heavy objects. There are three kind of strength we have, that is static, explosive and dynamic. Static means we are holding anything and we are standing in a single position, that is called static. Explosive means what? When we are performing a spike in volleyball, means running or any kind of these things. And thereafter, dynamic means what? If we are performing weight training with our repetitions, that is called dynamic strength. Okay. And for the muscular strength, most of the teachers or most of the places, there are only push-up test is going to happen. And the examples of dynamic strength is what? Bench press, leg press, biceps curl. These are the example of dynamic strength. Thereafter, it is often misunderstood or confused with other components such as anaerobic power, muscular power and local muscular endurance. Means most of the time, most of the people will use to give some kind of different name to the strength, that is the anaerobic power, muscular power and local muscular endurance. Thereafter, in the muscular strength, we can also see it is really used in rarely used in isolation. Means most of the time we use a lot of means two or more muscles together. In very few conditions or in very few trainings, we basically or rarely use our one kind of muscles only. And it is also important in many sports to gain or maintain position against the opponent. So we must have to go for the strength, so that we can move an object or our body or some body part forcefully. That's why strength is necessity for our body. Thereafter, the flexibility. Flexibility is also the range of motion you can do for the specific joint is called flexibility. Okay. And being flexible means what? You can reduce the chances of experiencing any kind of back pain and any kind of like we can say any kind of injury. You will be safe from any kind of injury because your body is flexible and you can just absorb the like any kind of injury, we can just absorb it. Okay. Thereafter, the sit and reach test is also most often used to test the flexibility. Okay. Sit and reach means what? You are going to sit and thereafter you need to just touch your toe with the hand. Okay. By try to flexible your body. Okay, thereafter flexibility is also implication for injury prevention. As I had already told you, it is also, there are two types, static and dynamic. In the static, we can say that the limb can be moved through its range of motion while executing any kind of skills like kicking a ball or anything. And in the static flexibility, we can say that we are moving our joints to the maximum range of motions, like in doing any kind of splits or anything. Split means what? We are just dividing our or moving our legs in the two direction and try to sit down by spreading our legs. Okay, that is called the split. Thereafter, a certain degree of flexibility is desirable. Means what? There has been a certain degree, means you are dependent upon the type of activity, like what kind of activity you are doing. Okay, if you are swimming, you require a level of flexibility in the wrist and ankle joints. If you are a footballer, you need a flexibility in your joint like the legs and all those things. Okay, so there is a different kind of flexibility for the different kind of activities also. So in the flexibility activity, we can see that flexibility is important for an exercise program. It is also important for health and well-beings with you, and it is also important to use the flexibility activity according to our age, so that we can just maintain our health good. Okay. Thereafter, let's go for the power. So power is what? In physics, the rate of doing work is called power, or work equal to force and distance. But in this case, muscle power is the ability to contract the muscles with speed and force in one explosive act. Means if you are jumping, so what does it means? How up to how meters above you are just jumping it, that is called the power. Okay. It requires a muscular unit or a combo of muscular unit to apply maximum force in minimum time. In other words, it is the way to exert force rapidly in the combination of strength and speed. Means power is a combination of strength and speed. Like if you are just sitting over here and you are jumping like this, okay, so that is called a power. Basically it need in a basketball and a sprint and all those type of games. Okay. Thereafter, speed. Speed is the ability to move all kind of parts of our body as quick as possible and in a repeated movement. Okay, there has been a several types of speed, that is the reaction speed, movement speed, acceleration speed, sprint speed, and speed endurance. Okay, and typically we can see that the activity of speed will include at most 100 to 200 meter of run or 50-yard run of AFER test measure speed. AFER is an institute. Okay, so this is typically occurs when the athlete is participating in the activity of short duration or high intensity, so that is called the speed. Okay, it is characterized by activities such as run up in long jump, triple jump, javelin throwing, tennis, volleyball. In this, and even the cricket, in all those sports is just based on this thing, that is the speed, how much speed you can attain at a certain time. Okay, and it is also limited by the capacity of anaerobic respiration or anaerobic power. Thereafter, the speed and genetics is also based on the size of the bones, angle of joints, position of attachment of ligaments, proportion of white fast twitch fibers. The more white fast twitch fiber, the greater the potential for speed. So these are the things which is we need in our body. Okay. Thereafter, the coordination. Coordination is what? Coordination is the ability to carry out a series of movement or motor tasks smoothly and efficiently, and it also requires a combining several distinct movement patterns into a singular distance movement. Okay, coordination is basic things that if we are doing anything, so our hand is doing the work and our mind is just taking or trying to help to do the work or complete the work. So coordination is a skills that recruit the sense such as sight, hearing with the body parts to perform the task accurately and with efficiency of movement, like the juggling, hitting the baseball with the bat, dribbling a basketball. Okay, these are the things which in which we need a different kind of focus, that is called the coordination. Okay, it is sometimes it is also called as the skill related component of fitness also, and in the foot eye coordination, hand eye coordination, racket swinging in tennis. These are the examples. Thereafter, agility. Agility means how rapidly and accurately you can change the direction of the body at speed. Means if you are playing the football and anyone trying to kick the ball to the goal, and if you are a goalkeeper, so you will do what? You will try to use your agility to prevent it. So that is the called agility. Means you can move quickly in any direction, in your opposing direction, or that will just called as the agility. It also required to minimize the transition time between one movement pattern to another movement. Okay, in the sports basically we use zigzag drills. Okay, because it is a combination of speed, balance, power and coordination. So zigzag test is a basic things for the agility. The example of agility is bogging, bulking, weaving. Thereafter, in the basketball, football and all these games, we are going to need the agility. Thereafter, balance means what? The ability to maintain the equilibrium of our body. Means we can just maintain the equilibrium of our body, that is called the balance. And in the balance we can also see that it requires a lot of control and placement of the bodies to maintain the center of gravity, to support the base of our body, so that we can just dance, gymnastic, ice hockey, figure skating and other extreme type of sports. So in all those sports we are going to need balance. And the beam balance test is a test which we are using in the any kind of activity to measure the balance of any person. Accuracy means what? The ability to control the movement in any direction at any speed, so that our intensity will be like quite accurate, so that we can just hit our power, we can just achieve our goal confidently. Accuracy training is the first implemented in simple and standard, and thereafter it is becoming complex because we are changing the situation again and again. So the great common exercise to get the accuracy is wall balls, ensuring that the ball hit the target every time on the way up. Means we are just placing a target on the wall, thereafter you need to throw the ball at the target, and that is called your accuracy. Okay, so these are the throwing accuracy. And the examples of sports are football, basketball, hockey, pistol and rifle shooting and archery. Okay, these are the types of accuracy. So I'm going to close my class over here. In our next class we are going to discuss about the factor affecting physical fitness. Thank you.